Is today pretty much the end of the gusty winds?
Yeah, it looks like today is the last day that we'll see the bigger impacts from the winds. Now in Southern California, where they're closer to the source of what's driving these strong winds, that's why you just heard Kelly talking about heading into the weekend for Southern California. But for our neck of the woods, we are going to be seeing high pressure continuing to build in, and that's going to drive sunshine, a warming trend, and we'll see winds becoming more modest into the weekend as well. But gusty north winds persisting for today, continuing to cause the potential for some big impacts. Will be sunny and warmer for this afternoon, and then even warmer conditions on tap for that final weekend of the winter season, with spring starting on Tuesday. And as far as what we're seeing outside this morning, a live look at the Sundial Bridge in Redding. Clear skies overhead, a little tough to make those out as it's still very dark out there, and the winds in Redding have stayed substantial. So if you're trying to get that fresh air for that walk across the bridge today, it looks a bit better this afternoon than what we're seeing early on today. Wind advisory still in effect through 5 p.m. for the valley and foothills, and a high wind warning for the northern Sierra through 5 p.m. as well. The potential here is for winds strong enough to knock down tree limbs in areas of the valley, potential for tree limbs as well as trees in the upper foothills as well as the northern Sierra, and those winds could knock trees into power lines, causing power outages, or roadways causing travel impacts. Now this morning, winds out of the northeast right now to 15 miles an hour in Redding. That's the strongest I'm clocking for you right now. And gusts up to 40 miles an hour, not out of the question for the I-5 corridor in the valley and along ridgetops in the Sierra at 9 a.m. It looks like those winds are not quite as substantial towards the afternoon for the valley, but still gusts up to around 30 miles an hour possible as you're looking to head home later on today, and gusts still up to around 40 miles an hour possible out of the northeast in the Sierra, and then those winds diminishing, becoming lighter this weekend. We'll see gusts maybe up to around 10 to 15 miles an hour, if that. Now temperatures this morning, a wide disparity. 15-degree difference between Chico and Redding right now because of the downslope north winds, keeping Redding warmer. 58 degrees right now, low to mid 50s along I-5 and low to mid 40s in Butte County, with 30s to mid 40s in the foothills, and we're anywhere from the upper 20s to mid 30s in our mountain zones right now. Satellite and radar, clear skies overhead, and that's thanks to this ridge of high pressure building into the west coast. You can see this arc in the clouds showing you that dominant feature. This is acting as that buffer zone, almost like a bubble that's selected over the west coast. And then you see to our southeast, we still have that cooler system driving the winds for today, but that's going to start to diminish for us as high pressure continues to build inland this weekend. So as you get a look at your hyperlocal futurecast, sunshine at 8 a.m., sunny throughout the entire day today, and still sunny for your commute home at 5 p.m. Overnight, we're clear with plenty of sunshine for your Saturday, and that's all we're really seeing for Saturday. Sunday, we might see a couple of thin clouds rolling through towards the afternoon, but that's about it in the northern Sierra. And then we'll see some clouds early next week with shower chances starting to return by Wednesday into Thursday. Temperatures today ending up in the mid to upper 60s in the northern mountains with sunshine and windy conditions, warming up for the Sierra as well, 50s to lower 60s there. Foothill areas in the 50s to upper 60s. And if you're in the valley today, temperatures in the mid 70s with gusty winds early to midday, and then not quite as bad for the afternoon. So keep that in mind. The wind is the big factor, but otherwise bright out there with temperatures that are very nice and warm. A little bit cooler on Saturday in your Storm Tracker 7-day forecast for your weekend's always in view. At least for Chico, 72 degrees with sunshine, then mid-70s for St. Patrick's Day on Sunday. Redding, mid-70s Saturday with low 80s Sunday. Mid-70s for the most part early next week for your final day of winter and first day of spring. And then a little bit of a cooling trend with shower chances increasing heading through the middle of next week's forecast.
Lots coming up in the next few weeks. All right, thanks, Court.